Are Kirito's longswords from Sword Art Online realistic?
Kind of, mostly. When you look at these swords, it basically is a normal longsword with a bit of flair. There's a crossguard, there's a handle, there's a pommel, and then there's the blade. Admittedly, these blades are pretty thick. There's not a lot of taper, which just means they're gonna be pretty forward heavy and kind of unwieldy. The biggest problem, however, is the fact that he dual wields them. So depending on the time period, the longsword could have been a hand and a half or a two-handed weapon. In Fiore's day, you could use a longsword in one hand, but generally the other hand would have a shield, and you'd be doing a lot of poking and stabbing around that shield. Generally, especially with later period longswords of about this length, you would be using them in two hands.
Actually, the reason Kirito uses two swords is because he has the reaction time to do so. The dual wielding skills is specifically reserved for the person in the game with the best reaction time, which Kirito has from his time as a beta tester, and it's allowed his brain to have the best reaction time in the nerve gear that nobody else has. So not only does he have the strength from his STR build to wield a two-handed sword in one hand, he also has the mental capacity to use both swords simultaneously, unlike anybody else.
So what I'm getting from all of this is they needed a contrived excuse to make him the most special boy. Use a longsword with two hands.